and screen record. Okay. Hola, amigos. So I got some cool sounds in the background. Weird designs. I got my essential oils going, my sage. Hello, Miss JoJo. All right, I need to get my book. This is going to be like a power-packed 30 minutes. I promised. Ouch! 30 minutes. And I get my water. Okay, so it's really important that I love my place. It's so energetic and comfortable, and yes, my mom calls it zeniful. All right, so as you know, pH is so important. So make sure you guys are gulping alkaline, getting your pH going. So I'm going to talk about the full moon. This is a strange full moon. And when we understand what it's about, what it's called, and look at the interpretations of it, then we can understand why we're behaving and acting a certain way. I hear a kitty. Okay, so today is the 24th, right? 25th. Kitty, shut up. It says, as you go through major life changes, expect the best and your optimism will be rewarded. So that means a lot. So I'm looking at number 25, and today's the 25th. So as you go through major life changes, which I think a lot of us are, it's kind of like when you go from this craziness that we've been in since March last year, we're coming up on a year of, right? And then some of us got comfortable. Like some people were freaking out. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm like, hey, like some of us are kind of okay. Like some of us are we're fine. And the system that so screwed everything up, it's sort of like, let them try to compensate for their error. Okay, so let's look at this full moon, and I would like to interpret it for you guys. Because I know a lot of people are going through a lot of clashing with people this week. A lot of offset emotions from other people. Others not being happy about your come-ups and the things that you're doing. Evasion of space, boundaries being crossed, kitties meowing. Hey! Shush. It's not even my cat. All right, so it's a lot. Someone was sharing with me that she was in a meeting, and in the meeting, she had made a gesture in terms of, it was just a joke. Like not a joke where everyone in that circle didn't know. It was sort of like if person 1, 2, and 3 had said it, it would have been fine. But the fact that someone who isn't 1, 2, and 3 just made a gesture, something like just kind of goofy under their breath, everyone kind of was like, oh, you can't be part of, you can't say that. You can't be part of us and say that. And it's like, we'll never go anywhere forward if people were still holding on to the detriment from last year. All the issues that presented itself last year, the marches and whatnot, they shouldn't hold no authority on conversations going forward. Like, let's say, you know what I mean? It's like that happened then and that period then, but we shouldn't drag things. And that's where I think we're having some problems. So it says that moon phase on February 25th. Oh boy. It says on this day, the moon was in a waxing crescent phase. I don't know what a waxing crescent phase is. I guess it's when the light is majority of the full moon, and then just the little edge there. Oh, look, Aaron, there's a picture in front of you. So I was right. Woohoo. So that's a waxing crescent phase. Illumination is 3%. It didn't look 3%. The moon is totally not what it's looking like right now. If you guys look outside, this is not what the moon looks like right now. Somebody better go fix the light bulb. It says a waxing crescent is the first phase after the new moon. So this would be tomorrow. This, what I'm showing you. So that's what we see as a new moon when it's a full shadow. And the illumination is behind the moon. So right now it is a full moon. People usually act weird because the moon, it kind of has this way to encourage fluid, like the waves of the ocean. We have water in our body. We have 74% water fluids. So, of course, we're going to be acting a certain way. I shared this in a live video before. Women, for that monthly thingy-majiggy, they follow the moon cycles in order to know proper fertility days or proper days, etc., how to identify their reproductive cycles based on the moon cycles. In old Babylon, a lot of people celebrated the coming moons because that meant fresh starts, or it was a ritual day, or in the Sumerians, it was blood offering day. They used to take animal. Anyway, move on. During this phase, the moon can be seen in the western. No, it's actually east right now. After the sun dips below the horizon at sunset. The moon is close to the sun and sky, mostly dark except for the night edge. This is not what the moon looks like right now. All this is a lie. If we were to look outside right now, the moon is fully bright. So I do think this is off a day. That's weird. Waxing crescent phase. The waxing crescent on February 25th. Is this 2021? Oh, this was 2020. Sorry about that. Let's see. Full moon. February. Sorry about that, everybody. But it was a good reading thus far. Okay, so this one is called, we're approaching what's called the snow moon. Snow moon, now we're making sense. The snow moon is that white. So this will signify us being at the tail end of leaving winter. But the same things still apply. Full moons signify, fertility cycles. And they also signify ritual days, etc., etc. So same thing applies. It says early Saturday, February 27th, 2021, appearing opposite of the sun, Earth, at 3:17 a.m. So when the sun goes down, the moon will follow. Moon will appear about 3 days around this time, from Thursday night through Sunday morning. The moon is commonly referred to as the snow moon. Where these names come from? The Old Farmer's Almanac. Native American colonial, blah, blah, blah. Explanation behind February's full moon name is a fairly straightforward one, known as the snow moon. I guess because the illumination is very bright, whereas Last year it was more brownish, more golden. They call that the full corn moon back then. I want to know about how it's affecting on people. I guess because of the brightness, maybe that has like an association. Let's see snow moon meaning. Snow moon effects. What's up, Pete? Pete. Oh, it says, is the snow moon the reason why we are sleeping less? That's true. Because last night, I went to bed probably like around 1 a.m. And I swear to you, I woke up at 2:30 like, it's time to start my day. Time to start my day. And I was like, it's 2 a.m., you fool. Okay, it says, moon gaining ever increasing power, I guess, because the light from sun beaming on it. Snow moon. It's a luster of midday. To quote the world's most famous Christmas poem, might be, what's keeping you awake? These are not really what I'm looking for. Sleep analysis, evolving Earth's pockmarked satellite. Okay. Human behavior is not mentioned or compared to werewolves. Yes, it is. I guess it just sleep cycles and the moon. Hey! Hi, Sabrina. Yeah, I woke up like maybe 10 times overnight the last 2 nights, but my dreams are very deep. I was like, whoa, I can remember everything in my dreams. But what's also strange is when I go back to dozing off and I'm thinking, oh, it's been an hour. Okay, I need to get up. I open my eyes. It's only been 10 minutes. So I think that's also what's happening too. There's a lot of, I guess, it's just what happened. I don't know. I really would like to know the science of the moon and why people act so freaky around full moons. I'm gonna lock myself up tomorrow because I cannot afford to get coronavirus from smoochy facing anybody. Oh, it says that the best guest has to do with ancestral effect on moonlight evenings. They have an association with deep, dark pasts. Our data seems to show that humans in a variety of environments are more active and sleep less when moonlight is available during the early hours of the night. Okay, now I'm making sense. This finding in turn suggests that, okay, so you guys know like when the werewolf movies, the werewolf sees the full moon and it turns. That's what this is saying. It's suggesting that when the brightness, okay, now I'm getting my oracle readings. When the brightness goes through your, what is it, your retina, and it's registered to the pineal gland is being activated. That's what we call the third eye chakra. So that's what's going on. So it stimulates. We find it stimulating. Also, because we can stare at the moon, we can stare at the light without going blind, it's somewhat attractive. Whereas if we had a light inside the home, we can't stare at it that long. So the luminescence has a lot to do with our pineal gland, which is a little peanut looking thing inside of our brain. It's the center of our brain. Cool. I got a lot of cards. Is Jenny next to you, Pete? She's probably soaking this up right now. Look, Pete, I got got a little jigglies. I weighed myself today. I'm at 179. I really didn't want to be at 179. I'm kind of embarrassed. Hi, Jenny. All right, cool. These are actually really good. These are really good. So I think in reflection to what it's saying here about dark past, deep dark, I guess I was talking to a friend of mine today, and we were saying, like, if people just want to move forward in some type of relationship, companionship, work colleague, whatever it is, people need to just admit the truth. Like, why? Not even why. Mostly like, this was me at this time, at this year. This is what I was. This is what was going on at this time. And don't incorporate it with the person. Don't say, oh, the reason why I cheated on you was because, or the reason why I ignored you was because. I just think, just tell the story. You know, I was going through motions where I had to hustle, or I wasn't in the place to accept love because I was so busy trying to figure out what I really wanted, and I needed to experience other people to take my notes. That's why I do with booty calls. or late, or those date nights. I always take my notes on behavior, and I kind of come back home, and I like times like this where the energy is a lot. I just kind of say, I know what I want, I know how I want it, and I want it now. And I just kind of just believe that I'm going to meet that person, because me, I'm still in the search for love. And I always believe that you should always keep your heart open and keep searching for love. And if you think that that person is like right there when you're talking to them, don't rush to tell them. See, because people like me and you guys who are watching, you can fall easily because you're constantly giving. So it's easy for you to express, I want to move forward, and the other person may not. So it's almost like I gotta watch the other person because I'm too strong, or I already know how to make it happen. So I need to watch this person give me the green light to make it happen. But I just like the point. Why am I talking about relationships? I like the point of just hanging out. Let's just hang out. Let's just talk. Let's just watch TV. Let's just eat food. Let's just be casual, because it's going to have a title later. Whatchamacallit? I didn't want to say this out loud, but I had a situation on Sunday where someone was attempting to cross the line, and they mistook the signal. They were like, "Ooh, you're so attractive," and they just kind of mistaken my attractiveness for hooking up, and that wasn't what our agreement was. And so they kind of were grabbing and touching in places where I was like, the door. And let me help you find the door. And if you ever step foot on this block, you will go to jail. So it was sort of like that was the beginning of the week. And then yesterday I found myself getting texts from people. Oh, yeah. Jason, hello. I know I'm attractive, but a lot of people think like sex appeal, and being attractive means that like they can order you when they want to. Like, no, you cannot have my McDouble and my chicken nuggets whenever you want to. And you better not get it through Uber Eats. So, in conclusion, I'm talking about this full moon in relation to the full moon. You gotta go, Jason. Quit trolling my live stream. I like my mustache. Punk. Actually, I have to shave my beard because I was getting vitiligo. So I'm turning white. But if I kept my beard, I was sweating under my beard, and my pores were trapping all my oils. So I have to clean it up for a moment. And then the police were following me a lot when I had a full beard. I was looking like you, grimy. So anyways, yesterday I was getting a lot of texts from people from the past. I'm like, look, I got over you. Skateboarder text me. I'm like, look, we're done. We are done. I'm not going back. And then in conclusion, someone very interesting, smart, in tune with his spirit, has his faith with God, kind of came on the radar. So I'm just like, okay, I ain't gonna call it out. I'm not gonna put too much into it, but my peripherals are on that person. So I know that the energy was shifting. Moving on. So the first card popped up is the World. Like I said the other day, there is the world view, all the BS and shenanigans that's happening in the world. And I keep telling a couple people, someone we both know, Jenny and Pete, someone we all know. I say you can't look at all the things in the world that's going on and connect yourself to it because it has nothing to do with us. It is just the world. It is just like here, she has snakes around her. I'm covering her boobies. Her serpent, right? So all that is what they call the reptilian side of the mind. Let them who have activated that destroy themselves. So you gotta disconnect from the world. It's okay to understand what's happening, but don't be so emotionally connected and involved, especially when there's a full moon, because then you're going to internalize what's happening in the world, and then you let it out on another person unintentionally, but then they take it personal, and then y'all done. A lot of people are taking relationship breaks right now because of that. Their success card came up. It's a spot to go. So as I always say, if you guys understood astrology, the sign of Aries is always, let's say you have a circle. I think I can find it. Aries is always at the side. So right now we're here. Or if you think of a clock, we're at, I think we're at 4 o'clock. And we need to be at, I'm sorry, we are at 7. We need to be at 9. Yep, 7. We need to be at 9. 9 is where you start putting out your things. You start making your contracts. You start applying for jobs. And this is why I think they're delaying all this stuff in the pandemic, because you don't want to start anything new when the sun is at solar minimum. You guys probably don't know what all this means. But this is why it's winter. If my head is the earth, the sun drops down. This is why we're cold, because the rays of the sun are coming up. Summertime, sun comes up here, and there's more sunlight and UV hitting us here. So if that makes any sense. Winter, summer. Less light, light. So in essence, to the Zodiac chart, they always say they base it on the moon. So you have the solstices and the equinoxes. I said a lot of information. I'll show you guys. Because a lot of people, I see them on YouTube and they just talk and they don't really explain things to people, and they kind of expect, oh, well, they have to understand on their own. No, they don't. So this is the Zodiac chart. And so we were in, where are we? We're in Aquarius. And so then we go into Pisces, which will be in March. April would be Aries. So you see how, like, if this were the sun, right, we want to follow the Zodiac charts going up. So the sun will be up right here at the summer equinox. Summer solstice, sorry. And then the two sides are the equinoxes, where you have fall and winter. So we always want to think ideas here, write them down, get it together, and then you start applying for stuff, and then you start putting out your business stuff. You know what I mean? Build your websites. So you don't want to put out any new things right now. You just kind of want to strategize your plan. And like I said, I think April will probably be the time that they'll say, all clear, virus is gone, masks are off, hopefully, watch. Because anybody who knows this, and the people who are like in charge of everything, TV shows, networks, broadcasting, they follow this method. That's their formula of practice. They know how to create consciousness, and they know how to delay reality, because they playing games with us, and they already know these methods. So, anyways, so success is coming, but this will be after the next full moon. What is the next full moon? 1 second. The next full moon is... It's a supermoon on March 28th. It ain't gonna stop. There's another supermoon on April 27th, May 26th, and June 24th. I never seen so many supermoons. Dang. That's when the moon is closer than the average to Earth. 4 times in a row. Okay, next card. I need to hurry up. Pessimism. So I think these two piggyback. I think once we rule out the things that are bothering us, we can focus more and get our ish done. The things that are pessimisms, what I'm learning as an adult, you never want to tell someone straightforward, you're bothering me. You are just annoying. If you're planning to keep them in your life. If you know that they're genuine, you don't want to rule them out and go, ugh. And then the wind sign, that also associates with air. So we're in Aries. I'm sorry, we're in Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. Pessimism. So a lot of us are kind of on edge and a little fragile. And the Earth sign, which is fascinating. This is this will happen after April. So this will be, is it Taurus? So we're looking at May success. February would be pessimism. Fire, this is Aries. This will be in April. So you're looking at mother regeneration. So this will be a lot of people who kind of like someone was sharing with me. They said I had a lot of business ideas. I put out a lot of stuff. I had my website, this and that, and then nothing. No revenues coming back from my stuff. Same for me. When I sold these, I kind of was like, whatever. It was probably for a season, and it's okay. But I know, like, if I pull this at this moment, then I guess these are oracle cards. So whatever benevolent presence is with me is just trying to share that it will be in April that we'll all be healing, getting back to norm. And then also I see completion. So that's a good card. Affirmation. So completion. I don't need to read the book for these. I want to know what this word means. Shakti. Is this making sense to you guys? I'm putting us all on. Because a lot of times we go through stuff and whoever's next to us or the next person you talk to, they end up taking all of that load of what you're going through. And a lot of times we don't intend to dump it on people. We just want to tell them this is what is happening. All right, so this means feminine energy, divine feminine energy, and she's supposed to be the supreme deity. A lot of yogis know this woman. A static union. Do you guys know what a static union is? It's when you are, let's say like you got your life. Let's say for me example, 38-year-old. I'm a little bit ratchet. I'm a little bit of a hot mess. How is that, dude? Leave it alone. But my inner divine feminine is this spiritual, soulful. You guys can feel my vibe through the phone. You can see it in my stones, or back in my 20s, it was going to church every Sunday and, watching everyone fall on the floor and all that stuff. But then once you start to integrate with your masculine, which is the meat suit we're all wearing, and then you combine that with your walk of life, then you start to go, oh, this is an ecstatic union because your vibrations are going up. Everything starts making sense. The word in the Bible starts applying to your normal life, but then it's not so religion like. A lot of puzzle pieces come together. So it's okay to do everything in your reality as long as it attributes to you feeling connected, maybe connected to Earth, connected to God, connected to, harmony, balance, whatever it is, you design your own paradigm. So no one makes these rules. You just kind of find what works. Like for me, these are cool because it's actually reminding me that everything works and initiation came in. So you activate your own when you're ready. Like I have a friend, he's not, I guess, technically spiritual, but he's curious. And so he's like on the verge of an awakening experience, what we call it. So he sends me a lot of these UFO videos and things about the universe, the Mars rover landing. So that's like the very dent of the surface. Holla. And then once you think about where's the origin of the planets coming from? What is the origin of, my connection to the universe? Or how come for the last 10 years, a lot of us had no communication, but then over politics last year, a lot of us grouped together to say, I know there's some negative out there, but I want to find the truth. And so that's when you have what we call a collective consciousness. People are starting to think alike. Your wavelengths are matching. So a lot of that is initiation. You're activating all that curiosity in your own. And people say, find your soul. It's like, how do you do that? Joy. Happy. Ooh, let me cover her boobies. Joy. You better ride that dolphin, girl. Looking like Beyonce. Beyonce on vacation. Yep. Joy. And that is the water sign. So that's Pisces. Pisces would be after... No, that's in March. Yeah. Earth, air, water, fire. Yeah, March. So I think a lot of people will find that sigh of relief, some gratitude. I know some people are probably moving, shifting, or probably going back home to parents. It's okay. You have to just go with the flow. That's what water signs mean. That's what water means. You just go with the flow. Maybe some people need to go back home because maybe there's another virus by the end. I'm just kidding. But you never know. So go with what the vibe is telling you. One more thing. These are my Archangel Raphael cards. So this is about health and wellness. What I like about these is they'll tell me what we need to do better. That's why I burn sage all the time. Donald Trump on TV. Your family misses you too, but like I think I see my mom every other month. So this would be the 6th time I see her in a couple weeks from now. Like we planning it as 2 weeks. So she goes, "You hung out with somebody on the weekend, so I'm not seeing you to 2 Sundays from now." She wants me to like. All right, so exercise is key. Exercise is key. Like I'm doing my dance, my Zoom class. Joanne, you having a ball on my Zoom classes. She's getting crunk at home. The devil is a lie. All right, next card. Thursdays I've been doing my in-person exercise, and I'm out of breath. All right, This one wants to come out. Easy does it. Take it easy. So this one says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me detach, retreat, and let go before I slap somebody. I'm just kidding. It says, let go so that healing can occur. Because when you hold on to something, kind of like when I told you guys about a skateboarder yesterday, I'm like, dude. I said, dude, like, you have this ideology that I'm always going to welcome you back in my life whenever you want to come back. That's called attachment. So this is me in my path to manifesting what I want. And I want somebody who is going to be there 150%, who wants to be there. So detach, retreat, let go. That is the only way healing is going to occur. And the one thing that pops out to me is we have to put fear at the end of this. So help me detach, retreat, and let go of fear so that healing can occur. Because when you're scared of stuff, like a cat that's always scared and running all the time is going to be hungry, going to get disease, it's going to lack affection, and then it dies. Same for us. Exercise is the best natural medicine. Dance. Oh my gosh, it was so nice to dance in person with people. That was like, what, December that I started it? So it's, okay, organic foods. I kind of do well with this. Like, I buy a lot of raw foods. I think I'm going to shut my door. I buy a lot of raw foods. Let me shut my door. One second. Sorry about that. My neighbor has some issues, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. Detach, retreat, let go. He has like a issue with, I don't know, sometimes I think people are possessed when they smoke a lot of weed. Then the psychosis happens, and then you can't tell which reality you're in. Yes. They are suffocating. Like, I think my breathing got worse today after, because we had to dance aside with our mask on. And it's kind of nice that there's guidelines that City of Torrance have passed in order for people to do small groups. But Joanne saw us. We were like, every 10 minutes. And then one thing I learned is those blue medical masks I think they're the best ones to use if you're going to be doing any type of respiratory or anything. Like, do not get a cotton or a jean. Don't be cute. You gotta just think medical masks are for essential health activities. You could be cute at night and wear your night mask, but I don't believe in keeping your CO2 in your mouth. It's just the same as, someone smothering you. Hi, Steph. We are wearing the same colored pants, huh? Oh my gosh. I have to be careful I'm not wearing undies. Oh, look. Forgiveness heals. And I think our approach, I'm getting a message. I think our approach to usually I get like my Jesus hiccups is what I call it when something's coming in, but I'm looking to the right. So what this means is forgiveness doesn't mean I effed up, I just want to apologize. Forgiveness really is like, it's assisting the other person with moving forward with you. Like, I don't believe in, okay, like, we're done. It's whatever is done. We buried the hatchet, and I'm gonna ignore you. It's really like about, it's really about doing what you can to assist that person. So if I hurt someone, like, let's say, for instance, there was two family members who had a debacle in person, and or not in person. It was in person, yeah. And I accidentally overheard it, but I didn't know any. I just know I heard tension, right? And so I saw like a couple posts on Instagram and a couple posts on Facebook, and I put two and two together that something was going wrong. And so I tried to like mend the two sides by, saying, "Look, I don't know what happened, but," and I kind of just made the situation worse. So, long story short, the way I forgave was to share my personal story about my connection to siblings, and how, not to bring up my brother, but it's just sort of like when you don't have that sibling, because a lot of us we're like in pairs. A lot of us grew up with one sibling permanently, like for a long time. It was like us, Batman and Robin. A lot of folks probably don't know this, but I actually have 11 or 12 other siblings from my dad's side. So we all are like half brothers and sisters, but I didn't grow up with them, but we talk on Facebook all the time. But my blood brother, we have same mom, different dad, he was the one that was I was Robin, he was Batman. So people don't really understand what that feels like when a life of a sibling is cut off way too soon. And the children that are left behind, it's like, I want to be the dad, like I want to help, like, and then you're really fighting a lot to be something in their life, but then it's a challenge on top of a challenge, and then your life is messy. So forgiveness for me was to share my story on how it hurts to have that gap missing, and I don't want to see these two, go through that. That was a long explanation. I'm sorry. Aww. You guys got good genes, though, Sabrina. Mm-hmm. You got good smiles. Let's see. This one says, I am willing to forgive myself and others in exchange for what I really want. Peace and health. All right, so I'm going to do two more of these. I like these cards because they're very mindful. Even though all of them I should read. Leave stressful situations behind. So I guess this is what I was talking about earlier. There's the world and all the things that are going on, and the deep state and politics and all that stuff. Sometimes we just got to go, that doesn't have anything to do with my life. It's happening to other people's lives. And the overflow of that information is just what we're receiving, but none of that's happening is going to, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put QAnon on blast. Because QAnon said, oh, there's going to be a major blackout. It's going to happen Wednesday on the 4th of February. And it's going to be dark for 3 days. Get your candles and food. It's happening. And then, do you know, it was like Sunday. And I was like, I'm still waiting for that blackout. See, then that's what happens when I paid attention to what everybody was saying. And I let the afterflow be in my life. I was doomsday prepping all this stuff, and nothing happened. But I did keep a little bit of funds in my EBT card for next month, though. It's to spend it all, right? So this one says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage and willingness to take good care of myself as much as possible. I'm going to add that. You know what? Also, so I was talking to a friend of mine today. I love you, girl. She's in the friends here. And I was saying I was just having having a glass of wine or two. She said, why are you having wine? I'm like, because, like, for me, I don't drink to get drunk. Though I do get wiggly. Because I guess I'm building endorphins because I'm happy all the time. When I'm sipping, I'm happy. So I usually drink to celebrate. It's kind of like when you think of the Last Supper, Jesus and everybody. So if someone had a past life, if someone had a past life, then they're just kind of reliving something, and I think that's just kind of the regression. It comes through our genetics. So a lot of times our addictive gene may not be like, oh, like I gotta have a drink right now, gotta drink my problems away. It's more of the connection to the past life, and you're going through cycles now over and over. Don't know why, but until you go into the subconscious and go, well, maybe I said at the Last Supper, maybe I share wine, maybe I witnessed Jesus turn water to wine. I don't know, but that's why these things are cynical to us. So I usually drink to celebrate life, and also because I know I have anxiety towards a certain period of time at night. Sometimes a little bit of something to throw my mind, and usually like the darker wines like Pinot Noir. They're really good mood stabilizers, and just a little bit. Or I'll do a tablespoon of honey, and I'll do like half a cup of wine, and I'll dilute it with like blueberry juice or some kind of like juice, and just to kind of you having deja vu. So this says, thank you for giving me the willingness to take good care of myself, including others, my surroundings, with healthy relationships and positive situations. I don't think we all have healthy relationships, and we don't have positive situations right now. I think the only thing we could really do is eliminate the word situations, and we have to start saying the moment. Like, the moment now that we've paused everything in our life to watch my live stream is positive. We're getting some mindfulness and some guidance on where to go. And then healthy relationships. Yeah. So I used to have a lot of, putting this out there, I used to have a lot of gay male friends. At this moment right now, today, I only have one, period. And we've known each other for almost 10 years. But he's as ratchet as I am. But the fact that we communicated that with each other, like, you are just like me. So let's not hide that with each other. And that's what brought us back together. We were so honest about the dirty laundry that it actually eliminated some of the things from reoccurring in the present. So that's why I always tell people, if you're dealing with addictive personalities or habits or whatnot, whatever it is, it could be eating, it could be shopping, alcohol, weed, cocaine, whatever it is, like, I think we have to work on not hiding ourselves from others who might share the same healing process, if that makes any sense. Or you notice, are aware of there's a healing process within someone. But like I said, it was this idiot I call skateboarder who I know doesn't want to heal. And I'm like, nope, you are not riding on this train, period. And you're not riding on this train to dim my light because you want to feel better. And I don't know. I ain't got time for that. Ain't got time for that. I'm finding that will to go, I really don't care what people find out, but I'm in control of how they find out, I think. And I think the only way I can control how people find out is being authentic, genuine, transparent, which a lot of people have a hard time doing. But I found it easy to do because I'm a dance teacher. And people are all around me all the time. People are looking at my YouTube videos. People looking at everything that's moving. So I have to get used to people staring at all parts of my body, whatever's going on in their mind, and I have to just accept it. Okay, so I'm actually going to read the 26th. I'm going to let you guys go. So it says, positive affirmations help your situation, or let's just say the moment, because this came up again. Positive affirmations help the moment improve quickly. The angels urge you to only think and speak about your desires. That's important. So since like I kind of feel like uppity because I don't know if you guys know about the Schumann resonance. It's a long story, but if the Earth were to have a voice or a heartbeat or a song or a vibration, because there's a lot of people don't understand that everything is on frequency, so everything has a harmonic sound. Every planet has a sound. So the Schumann resonance, it tells us what the Earth's sound is like, and it's been too much lately. So that's why we kind of been waking up. Oh, it's not time to wake up yet. Okay. And then we have the full moon on top of that. So it's a double dose right now. So it says speak about your desires and not affirm your fears. Boom. Didn't I just say that? Like when I had COVID, Rona, I didn't. I was scared of. I wasn't scared of dying. It was scared. I was scared of how everyone was going to handle my death. That's what feared me. I don't know. Like people didn't know like my Facebook password. People didn't know how to communicate to my mom. Like I didn't know all this. I was like, shoot, there's a lot of stuff that like people are going to go to the funeral because there's no communication. So I was kind of like freaked out about that more than me dying. I was like, I can go, but I can't leave my mom. So, and my dad. Hi, Dad. I think I just saw him. Hi, Dad. He watches my live streams. But I didn't think about dying or because you know on TV they say, oh, we're up to 500,000 deaths. I'm like, yeah, you guys said that in December, like 400,000. But they never say since when. And I keep telling people if they had said since April of 2019, I could believe that. But this world we live in is not a positive, healthy world. Everyone is just using others because people with money and power need, you know, those who are less fortunate to get up there to work for them. Like, I was thinking about the Uber Eats, how like their tips start at like 10-15%. That's like $2, $3. But the service fee for Uber might be $10 to $15. I'm like, but you didn't pay for the food. The service fee goes to the company, but then the tip only goes to the driver or the deliverer. I'm like, that's kind of not fair. You know, people need that money. So why don't they switch where the tip can go to Uber and then the delivery fee can go to the person? I'm just saying. The last part of this says, speak about your desires and not affirm your fears as they are just an illusion. Fear is just an illusion. Because you know why? We're all not thinking about dying right now. It's only when it comes to the mind it matters. And then you're like, oh no. And then all that lower energy, that lower vibration that we just thought about, it all start coming into your moment. And you can taint your moment right now. That's why I don't like to say situation. I always say I like moment. Because situations are kind of like set up in order to be fixed. Whereas the moment is sort of like an uncertain continuum. It's like, I don't know, but I'll just keep going. Ish. DoorDash. It's not a fear. All it is not knowing. But the thing is, if you look at this whole COVID situation, it's kind of changing that statement. So we have to be aware to throw into the collective and say, hey, everybody, what they trying to do is make this fear out of us not knowing what's going on, when it's actually the opposite. The fact that we don't know what's going on, we kind of would have been fine, you know, just not knowing, because they still don't even know what it is. I'm like, y'all created it. And you can't tell people what you created. But then someone can come out and say, that someone created it. They created a vaccine, it mutated, and then the person died. So all the information went with him. That's all they should have said. Anyways, I'm going to go now. False evidence appearing. Real fear. And I think some people, I think a lot of people go to bed restless because all day they're trying to find out what they are up to. What they are up to. And like you're saying, Illuminati. It's all good. They can listen. You know what's funny? I'm going to tell you a scary story, but it's funny. I used to be afraid of that because the stigma was if you say too much or you call them out, they will retaliate in some way, or they will let you know, like, that you're being watched. And all the time, they always give me signs that I'm being monitored or watched. Man, I don't care. You gotta find that will of. It takes a lot of practice. Like sometimes I'm very much aware. Like let's say if I'm talking about Apple TV to someone on the phone, and then my Apple TV's on. Well, let's say it'll just go black. I'm like, yeah, I know. What's up, dog? Who's watching me though? Let me know. There was a time where I think I was sharing with you guys a little bit about what happened to me on Sunday. I had a guest who was making unwelcome advances, and it was supposed to be dinner, you know? Like, you know, when you stop in, you put on your shoes, then you go out, you order. But long story short, the time that something was happening where I was like, bruh, the power went out. So I was like, either it was like my guides, because I believe in the benevolence that's a higher dimensional than us. So seeing that we're third dimensional beings with third dimensional eyeballs, we can't see that stuff because that density, that dimension is higher. So if we were to have more brain usage, I think we'd be able to see some stuff. This is why your phones can pick up a lot of different anomalies and light stuff than what we can see. But long story short, I was like, the power went out. So either somebody's about to shakalaka this person, zap, zap, boom, or maybe Illuminati was letting me know that, ha ha, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just started thinking that way, and I'm fine. I think speaking out the crazy cuckoo allows you to find more clarity and more center with yourself. Always. Hi, Curly. Oh, my Curly Q. I don't want to leave now. All my favorites are here. Yeah, you guys can't be scared. And I think like when it comes to music, a lot of us were like, ooh, they part of it. They're part. I know they are. Madonna, Ariana Grande, all of them. But then at the end of last year, I said, if anybody wants to make a 6-figure salary, you're going to have to offer something. That's just the way it goes. You have to understand this is like a college. It's like you have to graduate with a master's degree. And if you don't, then you better just settle with junior college and act like you're going to get a degree, but then you don't. That's just the way the construct of Earth is. It's the way the matrix is. If you want to thrive and be rich and successful, you got to do some things. But then I understand that they have the freedom to create things to help people see these hidden codes. Because when you tell people about the hidden codes and these mysticisms, nobody believes it. So why should I tell you straightforward when I can direct a movie that will have a title that will tell you? So yeah, we have to adapt and keep living. No fear. Exactly. And adapting really means, like I was talking to this guy. I know he's watching my booty. I know he was looking at my booty. Because these shorts that I wear, they kind of have like an extra tooch. So He was cute though. He was like, it was like not cute like that, but he was like a nerdy, like a computer tech. And you know, he was kind of like, right? And I was like, I know you. It was fine. It was okay. But he did it because there was a car of these two ghetto people. And they were like, "Hey, boy." And I was like, "Oh, no, it must be my shorts." And then this guy came up on the side. He was like, "Is it your shorts?" I'm like, "Really?" Where am I going with this story? Oh, so the environment. I was telling him that I haven't made any friends here. I've been in Long Beach for a total of 3 years. I lived in this apartment for almost 2 years. I moved in April. I followed my Zodiac chart. It said in Aries, I'm going to move. And then I run into people all the time that I know up the street, but we just don't have that synergy. It is, oop, my Jesus hiccups. It is what it is. But I was telling him, like, it just sucks. I don't have no friend. I don't get along with them. He's like, why? I'm like, because everybody wants something. They don't want no genuine friendship. They always want something. I'm not McDonald's. I'm not ordering my McDouble and my chicken nuggets. No, this ain't a drive-thru. My phone number is not a drive-thru. I live on Orange and Broadway, off of Orange and Broadway, essentially. And the Falcon Bar is east of me, 2 blocks. We call this the gay ghetto. But like once you've seen them all, you really just don't want to go outside anymore. That's all. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna let you guys go get your snacks and go off to bed. Thank you for tuning into the to my oracle readings. I'll try to do this 2 times a week. I just thought because of the full moon coming up, I thought I'd give us a heads up that yeah, this is a snow. What is it? What is it called? A snow white moon. Be good to yourselves. People are gonna be crazy the next 24 hours. Energy's gonna be on the edge. People might start arguing for no reason or just frustrated because devices and things are delaying them. So just let it just go. Yep. Adios, amigos. Bye, Curly. Arriba, arriba. That's for Curly. Bye.